Auberge after Pierre Reverdy. An eye hardens. At the back of the room, a frame against the wall. I thought it could not make sense. Ideas fade bit by bit. A portrait dies. I know I'm among more portraits passing again. Just what is achieved? A click. The valets and the servants have made it gone. They laugh. They didn't see it coming. She loses face. They count on the darkness. They laugh. The days present themselves at random. In the end, the clatter is the nuke.
You are plastic, tethered by your head to an electronic organ that bathes you in artificial light when you are most afraid to be alone. It soothes you to sleep with promises of empty exchanges, in a room with your bags packed and waiting, yelping at the door, clawing anxiously like a dog. I watch as you attempt to divine some meaning from the mental tryst with your screen, a possible future bought with brittle rhetoric and implied promises. It's not romantic. The soft taste of beer on your breath and the smell of you, or what do you smell like? We pray to our plastic gods on top of sheets spotted with your ex-lover's blood. We pray together with our salt tongues in each other's mouths, earnestly, begging for something we can't have, are not meant to have. I am almost a stranger, and I don't understand how to fill the lonely atrium in your chest, but I stumble through with stilted movements.
Your mind is deteriorating right in front of my eyes, but the flesh still clings to your cheekbones. There are no men casting shadows upon you. Be still, be calm, you are in a safe place. When did you become so delusional as to not trust us? Did I miss it somewhere along the way? You slipping away from us? Your consciousness becoming a thought puddle? Melting? This fear that I have, it cannot be healthy. These thoughts that plague my still young mind, I am no longer a child, yet not fully adult. The iceberg has split and is floating away. Each chunk carries one of you with it. With each passing day, my bowels erode. When will I be nothing but an empty shell and an esophagus that leads nowhere? My pillar is weak, a crumbling statue of marble. Unstable, it dips me into the water, leaving me forever drenched. I try to refortify you, but you chisel away the compound with every reproach, corrode me with your acidic semen, brain me with your wisdom bricks. These thoughts are mine, not yours.
Craft. Torture is a craft, and like every craft, it has an outcome in mind. Broken, pathetic, and eager for an end. By contrast, the aggressor seeks torture as a path to truth. How could anyone looking at the final image, confused and weeping, interpret the bleed out as a victory? Dark maroon puddles accumulate on the concrete floor, reflecting the light at the end of the tunnel. Again, I wonder what movie he was watching in his mind. It is only after that moment, after which no one is ever again shown being tortured, that the light consumes him, and that is the outcome. A picture. A gun lies on the table, catching the lights on the ceiling, glinting in the cups of ink. The needle touches skin. A picture.
The arbitrary nature of a thing being fractured. It is still. It is something we inherently trust, seduced at first, but it's not reaching those expectations. Light and sunsets, I suppose, 3.5 inches by 3.5 with proximity to each other and circling synapses. It kind of looks like teeth. It kind of reminds me of a scientific exploration of sexuality and the minuscule. One of the two main. And a brain of disfeeling, I don't know the subtleties of culture, but I don't have the arbitrary nature of a thing being fractured. It is something we inherently trust, seduced at first, but it's not reaching those expectations. Light and sunsets, I suppose, 3.5 inches by 3.5 with proximity to each other and circling synapses. It kind of looks like teeth. It kind of reminds me of a scientific exploration of sexuality in the minuscule. One of the two main, a brain of disfeeling. I don't know the subtleties of culture, but I don't have.
Seven ways of looking at a cigarette. 1. In the dead of night, I drove to your apartment to bathe with you in the warm glow of streetlights, flooding your living room and permeating wisps of dancerly smoke. 2. One solitary cigarette inverted in its case, a lucky charm. 3. In the biting cold, I cannot distinguish an exhaled cloud of hazardous smog from my own white, hot breath. 4. 20 excuses to initiate conversation. 5. To share a square with a companion in a restless, unfamiliar city or on a boundless stretch of rural highway is indescribably pleasant. 6. A grit to grieve, to jubilate, against wicked winter winds beneath glowing summer sky. 7. If you want to buy a cigarette, I will give you one for free and throw in another for the road.